I hope I'll be able to keep to the time. I've been told to give a few words of solidarity from the Palestinian Solidarity Alliance, but I thought this morning of reading a few extracts from Ilan Pape's new book, and I'm going to try and keep to the time. 60 years ago, half of Palestine's population was expelled when the State of Israel was created. Very few students can be or matrices or writings have written about this great catastrophe. Various factors contributed to the demise of the Palestinians in 1948. The most important of them was Zionist ideology and later on Israel policy. The Zionist movement wished ever since its appearance on Palestine's soil in the late 19th century to take over as much of the country as possible and create on it a Jewish state. The effort to achieve it began in earnest with the onset of British rule in Palestine in 1917. Judaizing Palestine meant de-Arabizing it. So an important part of the vision was an effort to have a few Palestinians as possible within the future Jewish state. The vision became a plan when Britain, after 30 years of rule, decided to leave Palestine in February 1947. And as you know, in 1948, the State of Israel was formed. The ethnic cleansing of Palestine, however, could not have been executed had it not been for some additional factors. The British mandatory government was responsible since it did not interfere when it could in the early stages of the dispossession. The expulsion were carried out while its officials and soldiers watched indirectly. Britain was also made culpable by its destruction of the Palestinian leadership during the 39 revolt. The British exiled and killed many of the Palestinian leaders in those years. The absence of an able political leadership and the disappearance of capable military men left the Palestinians literally defenseless. Obviously, the Arab world also played a negative part. The importance of its armies and the lack of commitment to its leaders turned the hope of a pan-Arab solidarity movement into a farce. But the most important factor, and I think this is something that really we need to think about, quite often overlooked, was the international complacency in the face of ethnic cleansing. And I think today we still see that. It's still prevalent. This Israel policy could not have been contemplated, let alone implemented, had it not been tolerated by the international community. The Zionist and later Israel leaders knew they could rely on the passivity and the silence of the international community. And this calls on us as the international solidarity movement to strengthen the movement so that we can support and strengthen the resistance of the Palestinian people. Thank you.